Hi everyone, welcome to Media Rumble. I'm Chris, and you're watching the Star Wars Senate. This is a show where I discuss Star Wars. As I'm just into the second episode, I'll once again be talking about Star Wars Battlefront, as it's a game I and many people are excited for. This episode will mainly just be a few things about the original games that I think people should know. The game was developed by Pandemic Studios and was released in September 2004 to moderate praise, averaging around 79 out of 100 across the PS2, Xbox and PC. Battlefront allowed the players to switch between first and third person camera view, where they battled as the Rebels or the Empire from the Galactic Civil War era, and the Republic or the Separatists from the Clone Wars era. Having very similar gameplay characteristics to the EA title Battlefield 1942, it allowed players to easily become accustomed to the gameplay, which was especially handy for the people who were drawn in by Star Wars and then weren't met by difficult gameplay features. It included a campaign as well as all the usual online shooter game modes such as Capture the Flag and Team Deathmatch. Personally, I loved the game. I picked up the PS2 Platinum version when it was released in 2005. It caught my eye one day and I knew I had to have it, so really it's just started a decade-long love for the franchise for me. I didn't have an online adapter for my PS2, so I was forced to the confines of single player. This allowed me freedom from other players though. Playing the instant action mode was where I spent most of my time, where you could just choose a time period and battle in all the different planets around the galaxy. My most played map was probably the best in platforms, where you would be able to pilot the X-Wings, TIE fighters, while also fighting to gain control of command posts, and the bottlenecks across the bridges between the platforms were fantastic. Just talking about this is actually bringing it back. I can remember the madness where the teams were battling over two command posts at the bridge and they'd just be camped at either side, just trying to gain a foothold and advance through. Thermal detonators really made that interesting. The cover allowed everyone to shuttle about the bridge and avoid getting shot, which really made it interesting, not just a firefight over a flat surface. Another highlight of mine was the Tatooine Dune Sea map, which features sand crawlers, a similar house to the one Luke lived in, and by far the best part, the Sarlacc pit, tentacles and all. I remember playing games against bots and immediately running to the pit to try and dodge the tentacles and avoid being dragged into its jaws. This made it an extremely fun game, as it was possible just to play offline and enjoy the experience within the Star Wars universe with all the familiar sights. Adding planets which had previously never been seen before in Star Wars films was also great, as it also showed a new side to the universe with maps such as Renvar and even Kashyyyk, which wouldn't be seen until Episode 3. Similar in many ways to the original Star Wars Battlefront, Battlefront 2 allowed players to play as factions from the Clone Wars and Galactic Civil eras, with one major difference. The hero characters were now playable. After attaining a set number of points, you're able to spawn as this hero is determined by what map you were on, such as Yoda in Kashyyyk or Dagobah, Obi-Wan on Mos Eisley or Naboo, and also non-lightsaber wielding heroes such as Boba and Jango Fett, Han Solo and Princess Leia, just to name a few. And all of them had special abilities such as the Force Choke and Saber Throw, which were extremely useful. This new gameplay feature culminated in the Hero Assault mode, in which all players were controlling heroes, allowing for a different kind of gameplay. Another game mode which was introduced is Space Battles. I've covered that in another video, but I have to say when this initially came out I absolutely loved it. One thing about these games that I loved is that it allowed me to have incredible amounts of fun with the gameplay, and trying to reenact my favourite moments from the films, but also imagining new situations, and I hope DICE's game can recapture that feeling. I know I mentioned before about people overreacting, about feeling entitled and demanding features from the originals, but in all honesty, people should be wanting DICE to take things from the originals, but it shouldn't necessarily be the features themselves. It should be the feel of the game, the sense of wonder and amazement from all these experiences. That's the essence of Star Wars to me. Ever since I was wee, I've loved how it captured my imagination and allowed me to believe in the struggles of the rebellion over a might of an empire and believe that a lightsaber could actually exist. And with that, I think I'll end the video. Next time I'll be on talking about the films and where I personally think George Lucas went wrong with the prequels. Also, as I've been talking about Battlefront for the last 2 episodes, when the beta is released, I will without a doubt be playing it. So check back here after the 8th of October for some gameplay. If you have any opinions or memories from the original games, please feel free to share them in the comments below. I look forward to seeing them. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel and you can keep up to date with all things Star Wars, plus many more things yet to be announced. Thanks for watching, may the Force be with you.